What if we replaced cosmic gas with water? Imagine, you look up at the night sky, but instead of twinkling stars, you see gigantic oceans floating in space. Sounds insane? But what if all the hydrogen and helium in the universe suddenly turned into water? Today, we're conducting the biggest thought experiment in history. First, the scale of catastrophe. 75% of visible matter in the universe is hydrogen. Another 23% is helium. If all this gas became water, the mass of the universe would increase 9 times. Why? Because a water molecule is heavier than 2 hydrogen atoms. Our sun? It would instantly collapse. Instead of light gas that sustains thermonuclear fusion, inside there would be water with the mass of millions of Earths. Pressure rises, temperature drops, fusion stops. Within minutes, the sun would transform into something terrifying. More on that later. But the most interesting part is ahead. Water star monsters. And now the trick you didn't think about. Water cannot simply exist in space in its normal state. At the pressures inside the former sun, water would transform into exotic forms of ice. There's hot ice, Ice 7 and Ice 10, which exist at temperatures above 100 degrees Celsius. Inside the gravitational collapse, our sun would become a sphere of super dense crystalline ice, glowing red from residual heat. But wait, this ice ball is more massive than the normal sun. It would continue compressing until it turned into a water black hole. Yes, a black hole that was once water is theoretically possible. Interstellar ocean. Interstellar space is not emptiness. There's diluted gas floating there, 1 hydrogen atom per cubic centimeter. If it became water, an ocean would appear between the stars. But not an ordinary one. This would be an ocean of ice crystals at minus 270 degrees Celsius, slowly drifting in darkness. And here's where it gets creepy. This cosmic ocean would be so massive that it would begin compressing under its own weight. In galaxies, water superstructures the size of thousands of light years would form. These structures would collapse into chains of water black holes connected by jets of superheated steam. Galaxies drowning. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, contains huge clouds of molecular hydrogen. That's where stars are born. If they became water, these stellar nurseries would turn into water giants with masses of millions of suns. Imagine, where a star should be born, instead an ice planet the size of an entire star system forms. These objects would be so massive they would warp space around them. Light from distant galaxies would bend around them, creating cosmic mirages. You would see one galaxy in 5 places in the sky simultaneously. Universe domino effect. And now the craziest part. Remember that the mass of the universe increased 9 times? This means gravity became 9 times stronger. The expansion of the universe would begin to slow down. Dark energy, which pushes galaxies apart, would suddenly lose the battle to gravity. The universe would stop expanding and begin compressing back. Every galaxy, every black hole, every ice superstructure would begin falling toward each other. In billions of years, the Big Crunch, collapse of everything into a singularity. But on the way there, the universe would go through a phase of cosmic hell, when friction between structures would heat water to plasma, turning all space into one gigantic boiler. What about Earth? Let's return to us. Earth's atmosphere is 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen. It would remain. But the sun went dark, and we have 8 minutes until the last light reaches us. Temperature on Earth would begin dropping 1 degree Celsius every 2 days. In a week, minus 50. In a month, oceans begin to freeze. In a year, Earth becomes a ball of ice at minus 150 degrees Celsius, drifting in darkness around the giant ice sphere of the former sun. But there's hope! Jupiter and Saturn, gas giants made of hydrogen and helium, would become water planets more massive than before. If Jupiter became massive enough, and it would, its mass would increase 9 times. It could ignite as a brown dwarf from its own compression. A ghostly hope, a new dim sun instead of the old one. Conclusion about perfection. The most amazing thing is that the stability of our universe rests on an incredible balance. If hydrogen were slightly heavier, stars couldn't exist for billions of years. If lighter, they would burn out in millions. A water universe would become a dark kingdom of ice giants and black holes where no complexity would ever arise. Light would be rare, heat even rarer. This thought experiment shows our universe is designed with incredible precision. Every constant, every property of matter is tuned so that the existence of complex structures, stars, planets, and life is possible. This is not chaos. This is perfect order, where even the lightest element plays a critical role in the grand symphony of existence. Which scenario did you like most? Water black holes or the cosmic boiler? Write in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and also join our Telegram channel. There are even more cosmic facts that didn't make it into the video, plus exclusive content. Link in the description. Next time, we'll find out what if by choosing your idea.